Behind the Drapes podcast. I'm your host, Expo Rich, and we're recording here at the Expo show floor here in Houston. I have my guest today is Jill Kivett with Marketplace Events. She's Senior Vice President. Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, I'm excited. This was unexpected, so it's kind of a cool way to end my Expo experience.
So I've been doing this show for a while now, and I like to tell the stories of the people that are actually building the marketplaces. So we play a
Good
pretty
on the name of my company.
We play such an important role in building communities that then help businesses prosper. And one of the things is that we spend all of our time focusing either on the brand of the company or the brand of the show,
right.
and no one really ever hears about the people that are doing it. So that's what the format is about.
Cool.
So with that, I always like to start with the origin story. How did you end up in this industry? What was your first experience and exposure to trade shows?
Yeah, it's interesting. I actually, as a kid, with my mom, we used to go to the Edmonton Home and Garden Show. I am Canadian, born and raised in Edmonton, Alberta, and go Oilers. I used to go to the show with my mom. She was big into gardening mainly. We used to go see a speaker, and whatever, fast forward quite a few years, I ended up booking booth space at that show. I worked for the cable company, so that was my next thing. I'm like, okay, yeah, I used to go to the show as a kid.
So you were an exhibitor first?
Yeah, kind of. Luckily, I didn't.
First, you were an attendee.
Yeah, first an attendee. Then I was an exhibitor, and then I moved to Vancouver, and I actually got headhunted. I was sales and marketing background. I love to talk. I love to sell. So I had just put my resume out, had just moved there, and I got headhunted actually. And I didn't know what the job was. They just knew it was sales, right?
Yeah.
Show up, and they're like, yeah. So it's at the time we were owned by DMG World Media. So we was like, hey, do you know anything about the home shows? And I was like, are you kidding me? What? Literally my dream job.
That's so cool.
I mean, I know you say that and that's kind of cheesy, but it really was, because I was really into home decor, and I read all the magazines.
Yeah.
Is that still a thing? But again, this is 22 years later, 22 years ago. So
wow.
So I started in sales and
it's
and
like serendipity. You loved it, and then it came to you. So.
Yeah, kind of, right? Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, it was neat to. The funny thing was, this kind of told you how outdated the database was. I hadn't worked on those shows for probably 4 years. Oh, maybe it was only 2 years. Went into the database as soon as I started working, and I was still the contact for that company. And anyway, so it was cool. It was cool. And then 22 years later, I'm still here, and it's not dull, right? Every single day is different.
So what are some of the shows in the portfolio?
So we've grown to about 110 shows in the U.S. and Canada. We are a U.S. company. We have 3 main pillars right now. I should say 4 actually. Home shows has been our bread and butter. That's our main portfolio is home shows. So B2C.
Yeah.
After we got into the Christmas shopping shows a few years ago. Those are so popular. Everyone loves Christmas, and I think even post pandemic, it's just that feeling of fun and happy and exciting,
and nostalgia too.
And people love shopping. Groups go together. Groups of women, they dress up, and so we have the holiday shopping shows. Last year we actually got into sportsman shows, so more the hunting, fishing, outdoorsman type genre. And we purchased a company in Canada last year that actually has some trade shows. Okay. So we have a small trade show portfolio. So we're just getting into the B2B area, which is cool. It's every year is a little bit different, right? So that's why it kind of keeps me excited about the business.
Yeah, and well, congrats on the acquisition and expansion. That's great. Yeah. So so you've been 22 years, you said, at the same organization, and now as a senior vice president, you are in a leadership position.
Yeah.
And that doesn't really happen on accident. Along the way, you have to do great things. You also have to be recognized and also mentored and stuff. And so who are some of the people that have been pretty important in your journey?
Yeah, I'm so lucky that it's really our C-suite that have been my mentors. They've built me up. I've known them for all these years, and our tenure actually on our management team, I think we have around 20 people, and the tenure is the average is close to 20 years.
Wow.
And like, I feel like that's pretty rare. I mean, I don't know the stats, you know, walking around the room, but you know, everyone's been around. We've been together a long time, so it really creates. You don't want to say family sometimes because families can be a little dysfunctional. It's more just it's a really great partnership. Like, and you know, I'm not just silly pumping the tires of marketplace events, but you know, there's a reason we've flown a little bit under the radar. You know, where we don't have maybe the profile that Informa or Emerald or RX has, but I think we're getting there, you know.
I mean, 110 shows, nothing to sleep on, so.
Yeah, exactly, right. And it, you know, and that's, you know, doing stuff like this, and you know, getting involved in IEE, and you know, I'm a past president of Event Association in Canada. You know, I'm trying to kind of elevate our profile. But the mentors, our CEO Mark White, and our COO Lisa Croft, and our chairman Tom Baugh, like they pump me up every day. You know, they've been with me through, you know, 22 years. Like they see me grow up, right? I've seen me, you know, go for a divorce. You know, lots of stuff, right? And they've always been there to support me. So encouraging, and I've never felt like there's any sort of ceiling or barrier. And I'm just so blessed, really, to be with a company like this. And senior vice president. So here I am.
So, what are some of the things that you're excited about as we round out the year, get into 2026? You know, is there anything new that you're like just super pumped about? You know, getting after?
Yeah, it's interesting because you did mention this a couple days ago, and made me think. Kind of, you know, again. 22 years, let's stick with the home show genre, right? You know, people always said to me 22 years ago, well, are people still going to want to go to shows? You know, like, oh, everything's online and everything's, you know, and we've obviously gone through so much. And
there was that window when everybody thought there was going to be virtual shows that was
exactly.
going to replace
the virtual shows. Oh yeah, I remember that. And hey, no slag on technology or AI or anything, because there's tons of it in this room here, right? But our corporate mandate is creating vibrant marketplaces for face-to-face, right? So business and consumers and homeowners and business to business can come together actually face-to-face, right? And I think I'm excited for the fact that I think a little bit of the AI world has got people suspicious now, right? Like, you know, I can't remember, there was someone posted a really funny like little dog video, and someone's like, this is actually real, this is not AI, my dog actually does this, because you have to say that now, right? And I think, you know, that's obviously a silly example, but it also, you know, if I go and meet with you face to face, like I know you're a real person, and you have a real company, and you know, I can see what you guys do, and you know, in the home genre, you're doing a full house build or a reno. You want to see the hardwood, right, before you buy it, before you spend all this money. You want to see the countertops. You know, you want to talk to the contractors.
And there's been conversations about this, like even amplifying the need for in-person events because of like the deep fakes and the information era that we are in. If you can go to an event and go into a general session or a plenary and hear the person give the education and really consume that, you know 100% that it's coming from a subject matter expert.
Exactly.
And not somebody making an AI of somebody, and then you see it on a Instagram reel, and then everyone shares it and says, "Oh, this is fact," and it's like, "Nah,
it's not fact." Fake news, right?
So that was something that was like a positive about the face-to-face industry that I've heard, you know, spoken about quite a few times about the need for it.
I just don't. It's just not going away, you know. And so I said, if it's been that many years that people keep saying like, "Oh, is your business still going to be relevant?" and you know, we survived a global pandemic, right?
Well, that was definitely the litmus test.
It really was
of the industry, because you know, coming back stronger than it was before, it was like that need. Like it was. I think it put a pin in the conversation about like the fear of virtual, you know, replacing it. So
it was a test, right? And it works in some environments. I mean, we don't have offices anymore, you know, and you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, are you guys going to start going back to the offices?" Well, we're not. You know, we don't meet with clients outside of really our events, right? So you know, I miss being in the office with my team a little bit, but we are all so productive working from home, and obviously, you know, being on Teams and having that opportunity to just almost talk more often, right?
Yeah.
Because it's so easy. It's like, click, yeah, you're done, you're there. There's a need for it. But when it comes to events and meeting with your clients, like this is the best place to do it. So
yeah, and it's funny because that's actually why I only do this one live in person. It's kind of like a statement for the industry.
Yeah.
Like I won't do these on Zoom or on Teams or whatever. I won't do recordings. I only do these in person, and specifically for that reason.
Yeah, that's great.
Because we are face to face.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah,
it's been great
thanks for having me.
Hearing your story, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Great. Thanks, Rich.